I have seen a lot of defenses for Hasbro's BS, but this one might take the cake. What it do, barbecue? Hey, how you doing today? I was watching a video comparing basically JoJo Classified, Valorverse, and Monster Force. Pretty routine video, and a lot of people have done it. But I saw what had to be some of the dumbest comments defending Hasbro. And I thought I'd go over a couple because it is so stupid. So I'm going to put the comment up. I'm going to block the person's name out because they are nobodies and it doesn't matter. Anyway, if you want to go track this down, you can. But first up, we just read through it and make some comments as I go. Plastic quality is based on durometer. Ever since Bobby introduced us to the term durometer, everybody acts like they're a plastic expert, don't they? It's all the same plastic being used. They determine how hard or soft it is based on a few criterion. I think he meant criteria? Because I ain't gonna get it. Like the age group the toy is suitable for. That's Lenny's little excuse that Bobby has long ago debunked. I bet G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends skewed much younger than the other companies. Note, not making matter of fact, just, hey, I bet this is the case. So they keep it soft in case kids want to poke other kids' eyes. Now, I'm going to point out, when the gummy plastic was being talked about, it was in the joints. So, what? They're going to poke each other in the eyes with joints? That's a new one. Also, Also, Hasbro sells at large surface retailers like Walmart. They have many laws and constraints to obey across the world where their products are sold. Again, this is Lenny's excuse that was debunked. Also, the other thing I'd say is, if that's the case, why isn't it consistent? Why is it a gamble every time you buy a Marvel Legend or a G.I. Joe Classified? You never know what you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to get gummy joints. You don't know if you're going to get solid joints. Yeah. Their products have to be suitable for European Union standards, the US, Canada, and UK, and so on. And that, again, the inconsistency is what blows that out of the water. My Retro Duke, perfect, no problem. My Werewolf by Night, gummy as shit. Explain why there isn't a consistency. I should probably use the same line. Okay. Weapon X Wolverine, fine, joints are great. Werewolf by Night, gummy as shit. Why is it inconsistent? If it was consistent, I'd say, okay, you may have a point there, but you don't. Storm Shadow. Okay. Remembered one from G.I. Joe Classified. Storm Shadow. No problem with the joints. None whatsoever. Meanwhile, Shooter. Gummy as shit. Why? See, when you point that part out, I find people will shut these arguments up. Monster Force and Valorverse have none of those constraints. Oh. The harder plastic with Valorverse is also more brittle. No, it's not. A lot of people say it is, but it's not. I've had neck paste pop break as I handled new figures. I've never broken a classified figure. I have only heard that happening with the first two waves. As I've only seen it with the first two. I'm not going to say it never happens. I've seen it happen with Classified. I've seen it happen with Marvel Legends too. So, yeah. I had a moon... Oh, anyone remember my Moon Knight video? Probably not, but that one, the hand broke right out of the package. I was trying to switch the hand, and it broke. So yeah, don't give me that shit. But this is the better one. this one, God, I actually responded to it and laughing, because this is so weird. I think it's important to point out that what you say is gummy plastic is indeed softer plastic. But you don't seem to consider that Hasbro is a toy company while others produce collectibles. Yet they call them toys. The name of Big Bad Toy Shop is Big Bad Toy Shop. And they're sold at Big Bad Toy Store. Okay. And I'm sorry, I've heard Bobby call them toys a million times too. Hasbro produces figures that, while largely bought by adults, still have to have their products adhere to different standards than other two. I'm gonna just count this as a typo. Other two, and you are only presuming that because plastic is softer, therefore must be cheaper. I don't know which episode of 3POA it was said on, but Bobby did address that it's a way to cut costs. I know he did somewhere along the line. Yeah. But even still, it's a mixed match of all that, Lenny thing, the thing Lenny said that turned out not to be true, and people are still buying into it. Oh yeah, you gotta do it for the kids. No. Never mind the fact. When was the last time Hasbro marketed to children? But this is the best part, which is just personal bias. No! That's not personal bias. I love how he kind of threw in a bias there that wasn't there. It's like... Where's the bias? Even the way he explained it, where's the bias? There's no bias. You keep using that word. Do you use that word? You keep using that word. Maybe it does not mean what you think it means. Oh, Hasbro is also a much bigger company, meaning to have much higher overhead to be added into product budgets. Oh man, you have been sipping the Kool-Aid. So when they had a larger staff and actually paid more but charged less, how did they do that? They also have to offer a product compared to retail expectation from other lines they offer at that price point. Yeah, at first I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? They have to hold back so that, by comparison, lines with high licensing fees don't seem so cheap by comparison. So we're going to make shit badly because this has a licensing fee and we have to cut corners on that, so we'll cut corners on this. Which you're just admitting they're cutting corners and making a higher profit. Because dialing back quality always works. Not making excuses after a long line of making excuses. Just being fair and giving the full information. I replied to this. I told him I fell out of my seat when I read that part about the licensing, keeping even with lines with a high licensing fee. That is new. That is dumb. That is ridiculous, and it's so stupid he must believe it. And then on top of that, I just had to say, you can at least show your corporate overlords that you tried. And that's what this is all about. Again, marrying yourself to a brand, marrying yourself to corporation blows my mind. It has nothing to do with, brand loyalty or anything like that. I genuinely like a lot of the Hasbro products I own. I wouldn't buy them if I didn't. But I'm not going to sit here and glaze Hasbro, because I know what they do. And I know what they're like. And I actually despise the fact that they own the license to Marvel. I despise the fact that they've not been good to the legacy of G.I. Joe. And don't tell me they have. They've canceled G.I. Joe more times than I can count. And all they ever do is just try to go back to the 80s. Because that apparently was the golden age or something. I don't know. Oh, member berries. Yeah, that's it. I don't marry myself to the company. Because in the end, they don't care about my dollar. They don't care if I pass up the new Lizard or the Magic the Gathering card Spider-Man. No, they don't. I mean, they will only care if mass numbers of people will pass those up. But they don't care about their customer base. They care about getting to your wallets. Cox himself has said, the brain is the thing, I'm trying to think of. The brain is the weapon that keeps the corporations from the wallet of the customer. You can't make this shit up. So what does this all mean? You want to worship Hasbro, I guess that's your business. But don't do it like this, because goddamn, you look like a moron. I still can't get over that. We gotta hold back because of lines with high licensing fees. Obviously Marvel and Star Wars. That way we don't look cheap by comparison. That's so damn funny. I think I'm gonna frame that. That's the funniest one, and that was the whole crescendo, man. That's the funniest damn thing I've heard in a while, to try to defend the big corporation from us evil fans. That's all I want to say. Guys, take care. I really just wanted to share this with you because I was just, hanging out this morning, looking through YouTubes, and ran into that, and I was like, yeah, this is something I probably should make a video on just to laugh about. Okay, you guys take care.